Oh, there's an echo. Sorry, guys. I have not been on camera in a while, so let me know if there's an echo. Are you guys hearing one? I'm trying to use my iPhone camera because it's better. You hear him screaming. It's better quality than my webcam. But I'm having to add my phone in as a guest in order to do this rather than to be the main phone. Because if I do it the other way around, then there's an echo. Okay, cool. So glad to hear that. Let's start here. My day was really good. Thank you for asking. All right, let's see. All right, I have Lucia, Brit's World, Durella, Durella, I'm doing good. Baby's good. Taka, thank you for the donation. Alexandra, no echo, perfect. Sunshine, got you. Okay. Thank you all for liking the live stream as well. Make sure that if you're new here or you haven't done so already, you're liking the live. If you're leaving a question with me that you want for free, we are going to start with Lucia. That is a yes for me, Lucia, with the 8 of Pentacles. Fritz World. Oh, wow. I'm getting a yes. Page of Swords. Maybe a little boy, potentially. Durella. That is a no for me. I'm sorry. I almost said yes. Well, maybe it's a yes. I don't know. I don't typically like misspeak, but that is a no. 8 of Cups is a no for me. Maybe there's a change of heart, change of mind, something along those lines. I have a no for Gentle Soul, the Moon. I guess I don't have to tell you what the cards are since y'all can see them right now. Fabi, this one is for you. One of your cards fell on the floor. I'm gonna say yes for Fabi. Alexandra. Yes. King of Wands, but make the plan. King of Wands is all about making plans, taking the lead. So you want to make sure that you're getting that done. If you just kind of sit on the idea, it's not going to happen. Sunshine. That's a yes for me. Page of Cups. Yes, his dad is making him laugh. He has the best little laugh. I'm biased, but I mean, it's literally like movie sound quality perfect. He has like the cutest, most perfect, quintessential baby laugh you'll ever hear. Jarella, thank you so much. Hey, Amy, welcome in. Ana Lucia, Susan, Amy, I have your questions. You're welcome, Jarella. Fatima, I have your question. Those of you who are thanking me, you're very welcome. He is 7 months. It's a really fun age, to be honest. I feel like every month is like my favorite age. Every month that goes by, it's like more and more fun. He sounds like a Disney character, yeah. Also, it's like someone told me his laugh sounds fake because it's so like perfectly baby sounding that it almost sounds like it's manufactured or fabricated, but like it's real. Ana Lucia. I have a no for Ana Lucia. Susan Gonzalez. That was in reverse, but I am going to give you a yes for this one, the Emperor. Because it's in reverse, it means that it's not a fixed position. For me, at least when I'm reading the cards, which is telling me that this person has the potential to change their, like, have a change of heart. So I'm going to say yes for that one. Amy. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry to hear that. Whoa. That was like a whole chunk of cards, so we're not going to go with that. We want one card here. They're giving me a no, Amy. It's something else. And I think I know, well, BPD might be secondary, but I think that I know what this is. So if you want to look into this, let me know. But I'm getting a different answer. Fatima. Oh wow, that took a while, Fatima. This person, it might take a while for this person to come back around. I am getting a yes for you, strength. Dan Clark, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. All right. First person on the donation list is Taka. I will, if we get more than 2 people at a time, I'll make a donation list. But at this time, we just have 1 person on there. So the wait is not super long or anything. Subaru, we're going to answer your question. Then I'm moving on to donations. I am getting a no for Subaru, the 8 of Cups. Taka, I'm ready for your questions whenever you want to drop them. You're welcome. So, Taka, the first thing that's coming through is maybe you caught him by surprise. The 7 of Cups is here going like, if I were to make a prediction of like what her next TikTok post would be, I was not expecting that one, I guess you could say. The 7 of Cups is making me think that I don't think he puts you in a box, but I do think that he I guess like maybe anticipates like that you'll do something, you'll say something, or maybe you'll post something. And I just feel like he's thinking of all the things that it could be. For whatever reason, that one kind of caught him off guard. I'm trying to figure out what the 4 of Pentacles is here about, because that one kind of talks about like kind of keeping things close to chest, maybe like not wanting to tell you still that he's seen it, or that um, or ask you about it, something along those lines. Because like the Four of Pentacles talks about keeping things to yourself. Sorry about the glare. I have an overhead light on. This is the Lovers right here. I feel like he looked at this as something that made him expand his view on you. We have the Three of Wands. It's a very expansive. It's like either it added information to him that he didn't know about you, or it expanded in how he thinks about you or what he thinks about you. The Three of Wands is kind of like, you know how like if you're collecting, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. He's like collecting information on you, like what you tell him, what he sees, what he hears from other people. And I feel like this was just like another token, like another thing adding to what he knows about you. Like more information, I guess you could say. Okay, you said you used a song in the background. That's very different. I don't think he thought I was into that genre. Love that you peeped that. Yeah, so there was, okay, well, there you go. That's probably what it was. I just feel like it was something that he just was like, wait a second, it just kind of caught him off guard a little bit. Sounds good, Amy. I definitely feel like this was a appeal. This was something that he definitely liked. Especially with the Two of Cups coming above the Lovers. It tells me this didn't change my mind about her. This made me like her more. This made me more excited to learn even more about her. I feel like for whatever reason, he hasn't gotten the whole picture yet. I still think that you can keep him on his toes and keep surprising him. And I think that he realizes that, and that's what he's thinking, is that I still haven't figured her out, even though I think I have, or I might have. Then she throws another thing at me again, and then I'm like, wait a second, no. But it's not anything that deters him, if that's the right word. It's not anything that like pushes him away. It interests him, it intrigues him, it makes him more interested even. Again, here with the Page of Wands, the post felt very original, authentic. The Page of Wands is like marching to the beat of your own drum, like not really trying to do things that other people have done or do what's done before or has been done before. I feel like he's saying like she just made this about her or her thoughts or her feelings or whatever the post was. It was like very genuinely you. And maybe he felt like it was authentic, original, something he hadn't seen before if he had you put your own element on it, right? I think that he feels like this is so funny to me, actually, that the Wheel of Fortune's coming out from underneath the Seven of Cups, because again, I feel like he feels you're unpredictable. Because if you look at her spinning the wheel, you never know where you're going to land when you're spinning a wheel, right? So it's unpredictable. And then here he's saying all of these different thoughts, 7 different thoughts going on here, for example, in this picture. And he's like, I don't know which one it's going to be. So I definitely think you keep him on his toes for sure. He felt power with the Magician. He felt power from that TikTok. And I think that it's just, again, with the Seven of Pentacles, makes him keep wanting to invest in this connection with you. So yeah, that's what I have. I think it was intriguing. I think it was appealing. If the post was about you or like you were physically in the video, definitely finding that appealing as well. Or if it was like something, into your mind or into your thought process, just very interested. And something I would say he'll keep doing is keep watching you. All right. So second question for Taka, and then we're moving on to Amy's mini reading. Taka, do I normally see you on Saturdays, or do I typically see you at different times of the week? I can't remember. Next actions from him. You think he's getting hungry? All right, let me pull this reading and then I can feed him while I talk to her. He called you an hour after you posted. You know what he's doing over there. This is kind of like an extra card. It came out over here with the Eight of Wands, the King of Swords. So if I reference it, it's like down here in this corner. Probably Saturdays and Fridays. Oh, yeah. Okay. Most of the weekdays you're asleep. Yeah, that makes sense. I've pulled you a reading. I'm going to give you a reading while I'm taking care of my baby. But I'm already getting information in here. So bear with me for just 1 second, okay? Okay, I'm back. So what was like reading and coming through really strongly, and I will say with the Ten of Swords over here, I wasn't really sure if I should pull that card. I don't know if you saw when I was laying the cards out that I was feeling a little hesitation on putting that one down or not. But I was like, you know what? It flipped over. I did it. It is what it is. So we're just gonna take that message. I feel like the very first thing is he is busy. He is extremely busy. This reading like basically indicates a lot of disappointment, especially with the Five of Cups here, the Moon in reverse, the Ten of Swords over here. I do feel like he's trying to like I guess talk to you more maybe during this physical absence, but to me it feels like a lot of disappointment. And the Ten of Swords is really strong. It talks about like betrayal, but also if you look at it very closely, it's like this person's trying really, really hard. Like, for instance, imagine you're the broom, that's you, and that's him. He's trying so hard to like get to you. And then I don't know if you see this person running off, but it's like there's like people, problems, whatever, all these swords in his back. And it's like every time he comes for you, like try to like spend time with you or have a reason to come see you, and another sword gets placed in his back again. So I feel like for him, from his perspective, he's feeling very much like, no matter what I do, I feel weighed down. No matter what I do, I feel like it's like another thing after another thing after another thing. And the Five of Cups here is just generally just straight up disappointment, sadness, loss. So maybe feeling FOMO, that kind of thing. If you Google Five of Cups, like it's going to tell you exactly what I just said. So I think there is a lot of like busyness and disappointment here when it comes to actions towards you. But what I do feel with the Four of Swords in reverse is that even though he might be physically absent, he's going to be trying to communicate with you a lot via phone, text, like FaceTime, virtually, whatever capacity he can communicate with you at a distance. That's what he's going to try to do, because the Four of Swords just typically to me means a physical retreat or a physical absence. But with it in reverse, it makes me feel like even though you're not going to be seeing much of him, you probably will be hearing from him at least. I do feel like he's doing his best, the Two of Pentacles, to try to like balance this as best as he possibly can. He does feel like he's juggling quite a lot. He's got a lot of wands in the air, so to speak. But I feel like he's I'm doing my best. I really am trying to do it all and figure it all out. The Magician, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, it's all telling me that he's bossing up. Like he's taking care of business. He's taking the lead. He's managing it. It's just quite a bit for him. Hey, SB. Oh my gosh. Hello. It's been a while. I've been thinking about you lately. So yeah. And I think with the Moon here, he's gonna tell, I feel like he's gonna be honest with you and tell you that, like, yeah, he's got a lot going on, but I feel like he doesn't want you to be discouraged and feel like you're not gonna see him, because I think he just doesn't want to disappoint you, or he doesn't want to let you down. So the Moon in reverse is like, I'm gonna be straightforward with her, and I'm going to tell her it's been busy, but I'm not going to make her think that that's going to stand in the way. Even if it does, even if it ends up getting in the way, I don't think he wants you to think that he's going to let that be something that's an obstacle. Because I don't think he wants you to be disappointed or let down or feel like you're not important enough. So he's still going to do what he can to save face. Now, that doesn't mean that he's not going to be honest with you. It doesn't mean he's not going to be like, shit's been crazy lately. But I don't think, yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying. Let's see. I think that is pretty much everything. Really, just straight off the bat is like, I'm sorry. Like things are crazy right now. But I think a lot of more like non-physical communication is what you'll be getting more from him. And it'll be direct and it'll be intentional and it will be very obvious that he just misses you and wants to see you and wants to spend time with you. And it just is trying to do any way that he can to stay in connection as best as possible. SB, I got you for, what do I have you for actually? I see a couple. Is it an in-depth and 2 minis? You might have messaged me on Instagram about it. I don't know. Let me see what you said. Let me catch up in the chat. It's been forever. I hope you're doing okay. It's good to see you online. For some reason, I wasn't subbed. Not sure why. Aw, well, I'm glad to see you back. I was spreading 2 minis. Got you, girl. Got you. You said work has been so busy lately. You're welcome, Taka. Yeah, I mean, such is life. I think busy is good though, right? It's job security, even if it's hard, even if you guys can't really see each other, you know, it's... And here's the thing is I think that I know it sounds crazy, but I think that even though you guys work together and you think, oh, well, if we knew each other outside of this, we would see each other more because work is like the only place that we can see each other. I don't think that's the case. I think he's such a workaholic that because you guys work together is the reason you get to see each other as often as you do. I think he doesn't have the opportunity for a personal life at all. Are you scratching me? Fox, that hurts, mommy. That hurts me. All right, girl. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. It was good seeing you. I was like, it just kind of occurred to me last night. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I haven't been on camera in a while. Hopefully you guys like it, because now that I have a new phone, it's much easier to go live on camera. So as long as it's not super glitchy or anything on y'all's end, I can keep doing this indefinitely because I don't need my phone typically during a live stream. So I can be back on camera indefinitely if that's what y'all like to see. All right. So moving on to the next person. Have a great night, Taka. Okay. Next up, we have Amy. And then after Amy, I have SB. If I have more than 2 people on the list at a time in a row, then I will post a donation list. But as of right now, there's only 2 people at a time, so I'm not going to worry about it. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. Oh my gosh. Taka, you might even hear from him tonight. All right. Or I guess tomorrow. It will be tomorrow because it's already almost tomorrow. Amy, that sounds great. All right. Well, while you send that, I'll get this reading cleared. Mommy shuffling cards. What do you think about that? Woo. Are you mommy's baby? All right. Instagrams. Okay, Amy, it's so crazy that you actually say that second part, because that's partly what I was getting, is that some type of like change has happened, something that could shift your like chemical imbalance. And of course, I don't talk about like health or anything like that, but that's what I was going to say, is that something feels unstable. You had the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles upright talks about stability, and it talks about just feeling like everything is as it should be. And the Hermit is like a void. The Hermit is kind of like it. The Hermit is supposed to be this like introspective, self-reflective type of energy, but at the root of it all, it's isolation. It's a void. It's darkness. It's being on your own and like having to feel comfortable being by yourself, and like sometimes desiring that solitude more than companionship, more than socialization. And when the 10 of Pentacles came out, I was like, okay, something's very unstable here. And there must have been some kind of shift or some kind of change that's happened with her, either like environmentally or internally, like physically, something along those lines. And then on top of that, and I'm going to pull more cards, but I just want to elaborate a little bit more what I was talking about. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse also says that it's starting at home. It's starting at home because the 10 of Pentacles is family. It is your parents. It is your family. It is your siblings. It is your home. And that being upside down is indicating instability there. That's where like the root of this has all started. So there's something going, that's why I was saying BPD might be secondary or might be like the reason why, but it's not the full reason why. Or it's like there's an origin and it's not BPD. BPD is not the origin. Okay. There's something else going on here. Hey baby, he's ready. Let me pull some cards for you to kind of see if that confirms what I was saying. Are you ready? Dad, come get me. Dad, come get me. If you think he's getting tired, you could always try the rocking chair in the room. But he seems happy. I think he's just happy to not be in pain anymore. My baby. Oh my god, his lips feel, I mean, his cheeks feel so. His cheeks feel so soft. All right, let's shuffle for you. You said, I wanted a spiritual aspect of this for my mental and emotional health. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Wondering if that's what I should do, is isolate myself or spend more time alone. And I've even let know I'm going through and how I'm going to act. I will say, Amy, you know what? I have actually noticed a pull away as well this week, because I actually mentioned to my husband, I was like, I haven't seen her like, or I've seen her like on social media, but I haven't like interacted with her all week. And, you know, the last time that this happened, I remember you were having a hard time mentally. So, and emotionally. So, you know, I had the thought to reach out, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna be nosy like that. I knew you were okay. I could see you seeing my stories and stuff. But I could even feel the pulling away a little bit too. Let's see. Let me pull a card on that real quick. Let's see. So the reason you're feeling how you're feeling is not specifically because of Evan or your relationship with him. I do think that that is adding to it. It's an additional variable that is making this more complicated. But I don't think that the reason you're feeling how you're feeling has to do with him. I think that unfortunately he could be a part of friendly fire. He could catch a stray. You know what I mean? Because of the situation. And the relationship that you guys are building with one another could potentially fall away. But I don't think that let's put it this way. I don't think you're self-sabotaging. Okay? I don't think you're self-sabotaging. I think that with BPD, you are going to struggle for a very long time because your condition, from my understanding, I'm not going to like put words into your mouth, but my understanding is from your condition, you crave intensity. Like you want the intensity of all of the feelings. okay? In your mind and in your heart, you want safety, you want security, you want stability, you want someone who wants you, but you want that person to want you intensely with a fierceness. Like you look for like the extreme of it all, because inside you go, all I want is safety. I want someone to show that they want me. I want someone to just be as into me as I am to them. And that at the heart of it is truth. But what's also truth is that with what you have, you're seeking the intense, extreme emotions of things, right? You're seeking the past passion, the danger, the not necessarily toxicity, but if that's your game, you could be craving that too. People with BPD could be craving that. Not saying that you are, but I'm saying that like you're looking for like that really smack you in the face, knock the wind out of you kind of connection that feels like that gives you that high that you're looking for. Now that Evan is showing that it's low-key scaring you. So I feel like what's happening is that maybe now that could be a side thing that's a little self-sabotagey, okay? Like you could be like, now I'm actually getting what I want, now I'm running away. I don't think that has to do with BPD. I truly don't. I think that has to do with your history of relationships with people. I think it could be compounded from the grief that you've had that you haven't fully been able to process. Okay. What if I fall in love with this person and they die? That could be a legit thing that you're experiencing. But those things, everything that you're dealing with right now, those are all separate, in my opinion. Okay. I don't think that they all are connected or that they all have to do with each other. I think that the void, the nothingness, the numbness, all of that has to do with the altered medication. Okay. I think that the reason you have BPD starts from at home and the instability at home that has created this for you. I think that the relationship you have with Evan's completely separate from that. I do think that it feels like it's all related because it's all happening at the same time, but spiritually, from a standpoint from this side of things and from the reading that I have, it does not feel that way. It does not feel like your BPD is causing you to not have feelings for Evan or something like that. I think that that could be something separate that we'd have to look into. But I think that for you, your nothingness, your numbness, whatever, I think that has to do with like your health. I don't think that's a direct reflection on Evan at all, in my opinion. That's just what I feel. But I do think, and again, this is not medical advice because I'm not a medical professional, but I do think you need to make sure that you are speaking with your doctor about the fact that you stopped, in case that could have some kind of like backfiring thing. If they don't know about it and you just like cold turkey quit, you got to make sure you're communicating that, because that's like something like that could be life changing if you aren't being careful. Do you know what I mean? Evan's ideal person for you. You match each other. Right. And I don't want that either. And I don't, not to, for, pun intended, I also don't want you to withdraw either within yourself and like potentially not be able to maintain this relationship that this person's pursuing you and keeping things at your pace, and then and like just as into you as you are into them, and then you're like dealing with this other stuff. Not that he wouldn't be understanding, but I think the sooner you think he's getting tired. I think the sooner that you start feeling better, the sooner that you can
scratches.
Take care of things with him. You know what I mean? like what? Oh yeah. I don't know. Bring what bamboo over here. Are his hand covered wet too?
No.
Oh my goodness. Hey Jazzy, thanks for the donation. Yeah, Amy, add on. I can do up to 3 questions for you. And I'm going to update the donation list here in just a second. I did or he did?
I guess he did.
It's right here. And then Jazzy will be after SB. So we have Amy, SB, and then Jazzy. And I'm going to update the list here in just a second, okay? To look into the aspect of this concern or worry of wavering feeling. Okay. So what is it that you want me to ask? You said, I'm genuinely wondering that I'm finally getting what I want, even need with Evan in our connection with my history. I'm so used to pushing people right. Okay. Oh, he might need a diaper change too, babe. Just anything that can make him feel like, you know, I'm on break, so I can leave my question. Yes, Jazzy, absolutely. Leave your question with me. And then when you come back to read your question, you'll just look for, just scroll and you'll see your question on the screen and then you'll know it's your turn. Okay? You're welcome. And risk instability. All right. So I don't know what I'm asking per se, but I know you said what I'm feeling going through. Okay. So to look into the aspect, I'm trying to think of what to ask. To look into the aspect of this concern or worry of wavering feelings for Evan. Do you want to know? You're wondering what you're finally. Do you want to know? Is it? I don't know what I'm asking for. Okay, it's different multiple factors all happening at the same time. Okay. Do you want to know if this is like, how do I word this? Self-sabotage versus medical? Do you want to know if this is at some degree like, or do you want to know if you really feel this way towards him? Like if this is true feelings, like you're just not into it versus maybe self-sabotage? Like what is it you're looking for to discern from this question? Like, are you worried that what you feel for him is just gone now? And you don't know if it's because you truly just aren't into it or if like you're trying to push him away. Jazzy, I have your question. I think that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. You're trying to figure out if what you're feeling for him is real or if you're self-sabotaging. Clarify with me if that's what I said. Like if you're just not into it, if you are into it. I think I'm understanding what you're asking, actually. If what I'm feeling towards Evan is because of medical, mental, or whatever the reason may be. Okay, got you. We'll leave it open-ended with that then. my goodness. Okay. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. Okay. If you do you want to bring the ceiling lights in there to rock in?
Oh yeah. His lights, you mean?
Yeah, if it makes the room too bright, you can like put them kind of underneath the bed and like make it like more dim, so that it's like he can still see them, but it's not taking up the whole room. It's up on the banister still. Part of you also wonders with what you're going through right now, and now that you know it's also medical, is part of the reason. Yes, I already know intuitively what I feel is going on, but I do want to pull and just make sure. My husband's going to try to get my baby to sleep, but I have him right now while he's setting up the room. So I shuffled for you, but I'm not going to pull your cards until I'm ready to do your reading. Can you say hi, Knox? Say hi. Say, that's my little foot. Say hello. Can you say hi, everyone? Say hello. Hello. Yeah. All right, good luck, Bubs. If he seems extra itchy on his back of his head, just let me know and I'll... Do you have your phone with you or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just come check on you guys in a few minutes. All right. Let's see. So the message is that your hesitation or caution when it comes to Evan is purely exacerbated by your medical condition. So what I mean by that is these feelings are there already, and I feel like it's just sending you over the edge with what you have going on medically, or with the mental illness. Now, I think that Evan would be the kind of person that would see you through this as long as he felt genuinely wanted and desired. I do feel like I'm getting the message that he would be there for you. Like, he's not going to just turn away because of this. Freeway, hey, sophisticated. Oh my God, that's so cute. Is your name Kate? That's adorable. I feel like he wouldn't hold it against you, is what I'm saying. But I do think it's something you would have to figure out, because I also feel like he knows his worth, and I don't think that he would stick around if he did not feel wanted or desired. But again, he wouldn't hold it against you. He wouldn't judge you for it. I think you're very tangled up in your own mind because of a lot of things that you have going on in your with your health. Oh, he tells you if you need anything, let him know. I think that you are just, it's like a shock to your system to be treated well, to be wanted, to be cared for. And I think that you are pushing him away because of it, I will say. Self-sabotage, I don't know if it's like 100% that, because I do think that genuinely, you know, Evan is a good person. And I think that you do want it deep down, but I think it's just not the over the top intense infatuation that you maybe are used to having on with people. And I think it's more of a gentle, stable, quieter kind of love or kind of connection. And I think that that might be making you question. And then in turn, being exacerbated by your medical symptoms and just your general like mental place that you're at right now. I think it's making it feel less intriguing and almost making you want to pull back from other people. And you know, it's reminiscent, I feel, of the person you used to ask about, which before Evan. He also started with an E, and he would like go through these like quieter, more reserved times, and I would try to articulate what he was thinking and feeling during those times, and this feels very similar to that. You're not used to taking things slow and steady, safe and healthy. Yeah. So Eric, right. So I think maybe you can relate to Eric now potentially, because now you're kind of like, I don't really know. Like, I know deep down long term I do want a relationship, but I just don't really know right now, like, if this is what I'm wanting or looking for. I think that slow and steady is good for you, Amy. I really do. But I also know that it's not going to come in hot and heavy and passionate and all that stuff. And if it does, it's probably not going to stay that way if it is a slow burn, right? So I think that, yeah, I mean, in conclusion, I think that you feel this way about him. I think that you feel a concern for, am I really that into him? If I am, why do I feel this way? But I think that it's exacerbated. I think that it's feeling more noticeable because of what you have going on medically. I don't think you would care that much. I think the thought might cross your mind, is this more of a friendship? You know, is this really going anywhere? But I think that you would allow for it to play out. But I think your BPD is making you spiral about it. And I think that your like medication mix up, we'll call it, I think is making you feel and like Four of Cups. You're just like apathetic. You just are like, do I care? Do I not care? Like, am I into this? Am I not into this? But what I will say though, Amy, is take it at your own pace. Okay. Oh, is my phone? Hold on. My camera. I didn't realize my phone just died. I gotta charge it. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll get back on in a minute. I didn't realize, or I don't think that you would be paying this much attention to it otherwise. That's what I was trying to say. I think your feelings towards Evan are true. I do. I think that you genuinely like this person. I think that you like the way he treats you. I think you like that he goes at your pace. I think that you genuinely have a really good time with this person. But I think that because of your BPD, safe and healthy is just not interesting. Like, I'm sorry to say, but it's just not. I think that when you basically want, how do I put this? You want the intensity of someone not liking you back, and the chase and the thrill and the excitement of that, but also want them to want you back at the same time. And it's like what you're looking for is very hard to achieve. And you have to tell your BPD that that is not realistic, that that is not based in reality, and that in your heart of hearts, you just want a partnership. In your heart of hearts, you just want someone who genuinely sees you and genuinely wants you. And I do think at this time that is Evan. But I also think that you are starting to feel at a very unfortunate time when you've actually found someone who you get on with really well. Now your medication is making you feel despondent, if that's the right word. Like, it's making you feel apathetic. It's making you feel like you're not excited about things. And I think that that makes it so that it exacerbates and makes you feel like you're not excited about Evan. You said, but granted, Evan said he's fine to take whatever pace you want because he's not in a rush. Even Bestie said, yikes, if your meds is making you feel pathetic. Yeah, that's very concerning. So to clarify, it is concerning. Said, what you're looking for is not healthy. Exactly, like Evan is literally very ideal. How he treats me and talks to me and bonds with me like homie, checks so many boxes. And I appreciate that Evan likes to build things upon friendship too. Not just romance and chemistry, which is a fleeting thing that that naturally comes and goes. I think yeah, for sure, Amy. And I think that's where I have to wrap it up because it is a mini after all. But I do feel like that's where your like head is playing with you in two different ways, because you have logic and reality battling with fantasy, and then getting exacerbated by a mix up in medication. You're welcome. I know. It must be like so restrictive and so debilitating and so difficult. Like, mental illness to me sounds like claustrophobia in your own mind. It feels like you cannot escape, you cannot feel differently, you cannot get out of it. It's like, it's not a mindset, it's not a, oh, just change your way of thinking, be more positive. It's like literally debilitating, and it's terrifying to think. It's terrifying to think. Like, it's literally terrifying to think about that to me, and it must be so hard for you. The only thing I can suggest is just exercises in realism. and don't feed that part of yourself. You know, if you find that you're starting to go into a fantasy world or somewhere that doesn't make sense, and you logically know that's your BPD talking, don't give into that, and just try to pull yourself out of it. But at the same time, I don't know what it's like to live with that, so what do I know? It's ghetto, it's swag. All right, SB says, oh, SB, I'm pulling up your question now. If you're in here. Wait, I think I just saw you post. Did you just post? Okay. You said I can call you SB. Yay! Thank you, because that's going to be much easier for me. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Amy. I love to be that for you. Have a good night, friends. All right, SB, before I get started on yours, I'm just going to go check on my boys real quick and just make sure we're good. I don't hear any crying, so hopefully we're okay. But SB, if you're in here, just checking. Oh, thanks, Amy. Have a good night. Okay, this is for SB. Been so long. Yes, I know it's been so long. Okay, so first thing is the love spread. Whew, okay. All right. The one. All right. Okay. All right. How he feels, his true intentions, what you want, what he wants, what brings you together, what pulls you apart, energy around the relationship, what's hidden, and will the relationship be successful? So I always like to pull a clarifying, will the relationship be successful card. Okay. Okay. Well, so we're gonna start with will the relationship be successful? I am getting a no, but I'm again like confused about this because the rest of your reading actually looks pretty decent. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am getting a no. The Hanged Man and the Moon. I don't know if that means it just doesn't have the gas to get up and go. Like the vehicle is great, but it's not moving or something. I don't really know what this is. And again, that was not a pun. I just realized after the fact what he does for a living. That was not intentional. But maybe what he does for a living is just not it's not it's not stable enough. I know that there are some people who have that job who end up in the same place at home every single day, and they just go a bunch of different places throughout the day or whatever. But I don't know, there's just something here that feels like it's just not going anywhere. This person I don't really have a connection with, just chatted. I'm curious. Okay. So what I will say is, even though I'm getting a no, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad person. I don't think they have bad intentions. With the Knight of Pentacles being how they feel about you, it's very practical, very methodical. Maybe it's how you're feeling. It's like, I don't know if I have genuine interest, but I do like talking to this person. I'm just kind of seeing where it goes. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh, so sorry. Is the type of energy of like, I want to do this right, so I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush into things. Maybe looking for an opportunity to see if like this is a love match, but hasn't quite felt that yet. But I think they are looking for a love match though. The Ace of Cups is here. So his true intentions is to find his partner, is to find his next love relationship. I think genuinely he's pure about looking for that. I just don't know if it's here for the two of you, unless this energy shifts, I will say. What you want, we have is the Four of Swords. For what he wants, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I think you just want to be pursued. I kind of see you here in this picture, like, if he wants me, he'll make it known. I feel like you're very much in that like feminine, I want to be pursued energy. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my swords. I don't want to waste any of my energy fighting for something that's not going to come for me first. So you're like, I'm just going to lay here and like whatever will be, que sera, sera. I do feel like for him, he is also feeling that way. He wants someone who's going to work and put in the effort and show him that they're interested. So it's like you both are looking for that. And maybe that's why it doesn't work out, because you're both in the I want to be pursued category. Neither of you are in the I'm going to pursue category. Again, this energy could change. Your free will can influence the outcome. But if it doesn't change, this is where it stands. For weaknesses, we have Eight of Swords. For strengths, we have Eight of Swords. For weaknesses, we have Four of Wands. And I always feel like this is such a mind F. Every single time I have a good card in the positive a positive and a negative and a negative and the positive, because a negative card like the Eight of Swords is what brings you together, and a positive card like the Four of Wands is what pulls you apart. But it makes sense, because for a negative card like Four of Wands, which is typically a positive meaning, it does talk about like relationship stability, taking things to the next level, taking your relationship to the next level. And if that is a negative in your connection, if that's something that pulls you apart, it equals that you guys are not pursuing each other. You guys are not taking things to the next level. The Eight of Swords is here saying that it's a strength. What's strong is not communicating. What's strong is more so keeping this in your mind, this connection off of the physical plane, more so something you think about, something you wonder about, but not necessarily something you put action towards. You said, oh gosh, what a shame. Hey, Bay, yeah, the free list is closed for the night, friends, but it's only $5 for a yes, no, so it's up to you. So, I mean, SB, I'm not going to say that this is not possible. I mean, I think that he's looking for love, you're looking for love. I think you both genuinely are good people. So I think it just depends on if something's going to change, but your natural personality is, it just doesn't feel that way. It feels like you almost are going to have to do this like back and forth thing, because what's hidden is the Three of Pentacles, and that talks about compromise, that talks about working together as a team, that talks about mutual effort. And if what's hidden in order to make this relationship be successful is that you guys are going to have to like both put in the same effort into this, I feel like there has to be someone that starts that dialogue. Someone has to kind of initiate it. The energy around the relationship, Nine of Swords, is just very... that energy is like anticipation. It's like curiosity. It's maybe wanting to find more out about each other. It's like, you've piqued my interest. Like, that's the energy around your connection right now. I don't know if I'm even really truly getting like attracted to each other vibes. Like maybe initial attraction, like my type on paper kind of attraction, but I think that the energy here is not sustainable in this current place. So either he's going to have to shake things up and appeal to you in a certain way and like really kind of pump out those DMs and text messages and things like that. Like I think he's really going to have to pick up the pace to keep your interest. Or, unfortunately, you're going to have to step into that masculine role and you be the one to pursue, which I don't want to speak for you, but I don't think that's what you're looking for. So yeah, something's got to shift. As it stands with the current trajectory, it feels like two really good people that could be compatible in a lot of ways. But as far as the relationship stands, it doesn't have the guts, the gas, the whatever to go forward without some type of change here. So it just kind of fizzles out, I think, if things just kind of stay the same. All right, so let's see. You said, what does he think? All right, let's see. 1 second, bro. I'm sorry. was just checking my donation lists here. All right. So second question, and what I'm going to do is just throw this onto the screen in case you want to come back. All right, so this is your first mini second question. What does he think of you? You know what I want to do? I want my archetype card. I like to use this deck a lot when people ask what someone thinks. So first things first, he thinks you look younger than you are. I don't know if you get that a lot, but he feels like you take really good care of yourself, like physically. He feels like you're well, what is the word? Well, put together, like you clearly care about your appearance. The impression that you make on other people is a positive one. I think that he feels like you take really good care of like your skin, of your, just your physical appearance. And I think that he feels, from what he knows about you, from what he's seen, maybe what he's gathered on social media, so to speak, like I feel like he thinks that you are a really good, inclusive person. You make decisions based off of your own opinion. You don't conform. You let situations and things and people speak for themselves, and you make your own opinion based off of that. So, for example, you give off the impression that if you were to walk into a room of people and be introduced to a group of 5 people, they're all best friends, you're new to the group, and these 5 people are like, oh my God, we like you so much. Please be a part of our group. Like, we would love to show you around. We'd love to be friends. And you really like these people. And you're like, hell yeah, like, let's link up. Like, let's become a friend group. That's fine. And then those 5 friends are like, okay, but here's the thing. There's this other person outside of the group. We don't really like them very much. So, like, if you're going to be friends with us, you can't like them. You would be like, yeah, no, sorry. I'll make my own decisions. Thank you very much. So you are brave, you're courageous, you're giving off like I form my own opinions. I don't know where he's getting that from. I don't know why he feels that way. It could be just your aura or your energy, but he's like, she seems like the kind of person who gives everyone a chance and then forms her own opinion outside of that. He feels like you got the companion card. So he feels like you're the type of person that's loyal and unselfish, and you are a great partner. You look like you would be a great partner. You know, maybe that's why he has interest in you in the first place. Because again, remember, he's looking for a love connection. He's saying like, this would be a good life partner for me. You know, based off of what I know, this could be a potential. And so maybe that's where you guys are sitting here. Maybe that's why I'm getting the energy I'm getting in the last reading, is just, it's the potential, but like no feelings have been developed. There's nothing really to go off of to really understand where you guys are at, and no decision has been made. So it's really hard to determine if this is something that could go somewhere, if that makes sense. You also have the King card right off the bat. To me, that says leader. That says like you are the one in charge. So he feels you give dominating energy. You give off a feminine appeal, a feminine touch, but with a masculine very direct. You know what I mean? I don't think you give off the impression that you beat around the bush very often. I think that you come across like I am royalty, I am ethereal, I am otherworldly. Like, I think that's kind of how he's viewing you. And I feel like because of that, you, with the healer card, you're almost like a second coming. It's like such a weird way to word this, but it's like you have like Christ-like energy, you have healer energy, you have very divine feminine nurturing energy. And I've told you this before, but he's perceiving you in a way that feels like magic. And then you also have the monk nun. When I said Christ-like energy, monk nun, we have selfless devotion and dedication to spirit. So you come across spiritual, you come across magical, you come across ethereal, like all of those kinds of words is what he's picking up from you. It's very fresh. Okay. And then I saw that you sent another for a mini reading, or I guess it's 2 more mini readings. If it's okay with you, I'll put you after Jazzy. Because I'm gonna do your 3, so I'm gonna finish out your next mini, and then I guess just let me know what we're doing after that for you, okay? And SB, you like when I go live, right? Like, not go live, duh. You like when I'm on camera, right? I think you're one of the people who like to see their readings. I'm got a new phone. My husband got it for me, and I am like, maybe I should get back on camera because the webcam that I have is years old, and it's just not, over time, it's just very clear that it's getting worse and worse. I don't know if it's just because of wear and tear or because our camera qualities on our phones are getting better, but it's just visually you can just see it's not great. But now that I got a new phone, I'm like, maybe I should get back on camera. You do? Okay, perfect. So I'm just trying to take a little poll. I don't know if people care or not. I have people who get offline readings from me all the time. They don't care either way. Sometimes I'll be live and they're like, can you still do mine offline? So I don't think that everyone cares, but I am trying to see if this is a vibe, if some people prefer it or not. But that is beautiful, right? That is beautiful. Okay. You do. Perfect. Okay. So awesome. So what I'm going to do is get your last mini done in regards to this other person that you're asking about. And then we'll do Jazzy, and then we'll put you back on the list, okay? So I'm going to say freeway. And then Jazzy. And then freeway again. Okay, so it's so obvious to say, I feel like he was looking for a hookup, but I think that there's, and this is where I feel like I differ from other tarot readings, is like they could say, oh, he was just looking for something easy, he was looking for like a hookup, he was looking for whatever. while I do think he was looking for those things from you, he wanted something that he didn't have to work for. I think that the extra layer that needs to be revealed is that he was looking for more of like an ego boost. I think that he thought to himself, whether I see her in person, whether I don't, I just want to, it's all about quantity for him. It's about how many people could I get to make me feel good about myself. And that stems from a lack of insecurity. And that's where I feel like I go into tarot therapy, which is something I thought about years ago with my sister. We were talking about tarot, is that I feel like I do would like to go into more like, I'm not certified as a counselor or a therapist, but I would love to do more like a tarot therapy, because I do feel like I can hear that person and understand that person on the other side of it. But for him specifically, this is what I'm getting, is that it delved deeper from him. It delved deeper from an insecurity. He wanted you to chase after him. He wanted you to make him feel wanted. He wanted you to make him feel like, just give him those good feelings, like, oh yeah, she desires me, she wants me, da 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 da. And you know, there's signs, right? There's explanation as to why. You're, first of all, your gut right here, your intuition is telling you that. But also, we have a lush over here, we have Page of Cups, King of Cups. Okay, we have someone who was more focused on the partying scene and wanting you to be a part of that. He's saying, I have a plan that I want to do. If you want to fit into that plan, be my guest. The more the merrier. But I'm not going to change what I'm doing and what my plan is for you, which means you're not the priority. I'm the priority. And it was like, how do you fit into my world, which is a very egocentric, self-centered type of way of thinking. Oh yeah, thank you. I feel like I'd love to do something like that, but I just don't know if anyone would be interested. I feel like I'd have to advertise it outside of my normal scope of people. Your intuition's right here, girl. High Priestess. So I feel like it was more about, how can you serve me? How can you make me feel good? And I think that that is the reason and what his true intentions were here. It was kind of like, I tried to get you to do something with me, it didn't work. And then you wanted me to do something with you, and then you didn't work it out with me. And here's the thing, your reasons were valid. Like, again, you said truly, literally sick, but for him, it was too much work. Like, he didn't have enough understanding and compassion to say, okay, no problem, let's reschedule. For him, he was like, strike one, strike two, I'm done here. And so let's move on to the next person that's making me feel good. I really, truly feel it had to do with his ego. I'm sorry. Oh, it was today. Oh, girl. Oh, no. I think with him, you maybe will get one more attempt, but I think that he will try to move on. If it seems too forced, if it seems too complicated, if it seems like every time you guys are trying to do something, something comes up or something happens, I think it's too much work for him. He wants something easy. And that's just the way that it is. And that's just the way it is. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I'm not saying you're not going to have fun with this person. I'm not saying you wouldn't have a good time with this person, but I am saying that this person is more self-serving than I think anyone deserves, let alone you. All right. So this is going to be for Jazzy, Bella, SB. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, if curiosity is still there and it works out for you guys to see each other, fine. But I'll say his energy is reminding me of someone in particular, and I don't know if it's worth it to get hooked on someone like that. There are so many other fish in the sea. It's just that's not the one I would waste the time on. All right, Jazzy. So this one is for you, friends. I saw that you sent for a mini reading. I wanted to also just thank you very much because you've done this before, but you send a little extra, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate it, because like tips are not expected, but in addition to that, I always get charged service fees for every single transaction that comes through on Cash App and PayPal, and then also transfer fees. So you sending that just means a lot, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. All right, so ex-sister-in-law, ex-in-law approached at work. What were their intentions about this? Are they married, the two of them? Because when you say ex-sister-in-law and ex-brother-in-law, it makes me think that they're married. Now, it could be your ex's sister and your ex's brother, or your ex's brothers and his wife, or your ex's sister and his wife. But I feel like they're married. They're not just siblings. But anyways, I don't know why I need that clarified. I'm like, tell me, clarify with me. But yeah, so let's see. What were their intentions? That's actually crazy, though. Like, the situation sounds crazy. So I asked if they had good intentions, and they said yes. But Spirit is coming through saying that it was, and I'm going to use kind of a similar phrasing that I just used with SB's reading, is a self-serving energy. The Three of Pentacles is like, yes, I want to do something with pure intentions. I want this to benefit Jazzy, but also like we have skin in the game as well. So whatever this is like a genuinely wanting some kind of collaboration, compromise, teamwork, something to work together, maybe wanting to clear the air in some way. But like generally, this card talks about wanting to be on the same page. And I don't know how you were approached. I don't know if this felt good, if this felt like confusing. Like I don't know what the energy was that they came with you, but if they came to you very happy and positive, and that was like, should I be like concerned here? Is this fake? Is this real? What is this? It feels real, but it also feels like there might be some like other hidden self-serving agenda in this process. I have the Magician here, so there's trying to make something happen. The Magician, it talks about like manifesting. It talks about having all the tools available to you to bring something to life or have something happen. The Eight of Wands, so it's almost like the good of the people. Like I feel like they're trying to do something good for the group of people, but they're pulling you into this, wanting you to help them or something. I have the Eight of Wands, and it's talking about like news coming in. With this energy, it can be very chaotic. It could be like they're trying to get ahead of the situation or ahead of the problem, or they're trying to do something in a way that makes it so that something that could go wrong or something that could be perceived as bad doesn't happen. So the energy is kind of like they want you to speak on behalf of someone. They want you to be a part of a situation that could potentially be bad for someone, and they want you to be there to be a support system. Or I don't know, there's something going on where it's like they're trying to kind of pull you in, and it's to help a situation out for some reason. Like they have a plan. I don't know if the brother-in-law took the lead, but I have the king masculine energy here in the center of the reading. So whoever's the masculine of the two, whether that's the sister or the brother, whoever's the one that's more like action oriented, more outspoken, more whatever, I feel like that's the person that you communicated with. And I have the 10 of cups. So it's like looking for some kind of happy ending. The 10 of cups always talks about a happy ending and talks about something coming through in the end that makes you feel like things worked out, and they're looking for an opportunity. I don't know if you're like their only hope, their only option. I don't know if they're trying to bring you and your ex back together, but for whatever reason, it feels like it's to serve the group as a whole, the family as a whole, because this is also a family card. There's something in the end that they're looking for your assistance, support, help with. I don't know, or they're wanting to, maybe they want to bring you back into the fold. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping that the energy makes sense. I hope that it resonates with you in some way. That's what I feel when I look at these cards. So that is what I have for you, Jazzy. You'll have to comment on this after I'm live and let me know anything. Or you can send me a message on Instagram. I'm at Luna Affinity. So you can send me a message over there, or you can email me, lunaaffinity@yahoo.com, or just see me next time and let me know how things are going and how that resonated for you. Okay, so next up on the list that we have right now is SB. And let's see. SB, I've got you for 3 minis. Is that right? All right, let's see. Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy to be live for you as well. Okay. Okay, question 1. Oh my God, that's so freaking cool. Oh my God, that's so freaking cool. I don't even know what all that means, but that is so awesome. Wait. Okay, so question 1. That is so cool. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations, number 1. That's incredible. Is that like I don't know, like where you go to people and bring like IVs to people if they like are dehydrated, or like take samples and things for people who can't physically get, like, is that what that is? I mean, and you don't have to divulge too much information if you don't want to, but like that is so very cool. Congratulations. Also, second question. Got it. Last question. Oh dear. Okay, let's get started. Those are my genuine reactions to your questions here. Okay. First question. So for a yes, no question, I always say it's really hard for me to elaborate on those. So I just give you the answers right off the bat that I'm seeing. Granted, you got extra cards here is what I've got here. So, okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here, we have the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords, the World. And then these two came out together, Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Okay, so that's what we have. Hands down, 100% will be successful. What I'm being shown is this multiplies. It multiplies or it expands. So you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and it just continues on and continues on. And what I will say is it's the image that Spirit is giving to me is back when I was in high school, I did something called behind the wheel, because in Virginia you have to do like behind the wheel. I don't even know if that's the same anymore, but my gym teacher at the time, he decided, I guess he wanted to make more of an income, so he decided to get certified and be an instructor for behind the wheels. That way he could get paid extra or whatever, and he had like a whole like name and all this other stuff. Anyways, that was in 2005, a long time ago. Hey, Shar, thank you for the donation. You'll be next after Freeway, okay? And so we're talking 20 years ago, right? And it has gotten so big that now it's a whole full-fledged business. I believe it's a corporation, maybe an LLC. I'm not really sure. But he has multiple vehicles and he has multiple instructors under his company. And he is just sitting there making money, and he's hiring people to do what he did. So it started with him physically in the car. And now he doesn't even do the instruction anymore. He just has like a fleet of vehicles and a fleet of instructors who are doing this and like making him money times money times money. And I'm pretty sure he retired from my high school because this is all he does now. And so that's what I'm getting as a yes for you. SB is, I'm feeling that this is successful, but it's not even just successful with the one or however many you start with, it multiplies is what I'm getting. And not only that, but it expands. I think that you start with a certain service, and then I think that as time goes on and needs change, I think it pivots and things are revamped, things are rebranded, things are rebuilt. And not to like totally put a plug in here, SB, but if you're ever interested in digital design, logo, if you haven't gotten that far, or if you're doing something that you're making on your own, my sister is a incredible digital designer. She made the logo for my brother's coffee shop. And it's been up and running for now almost 2 years. He is in Connecticut, and they've got merch and they've got a website and all of this stuff. So like, again, I'm dropping a plug and being totally like crazy right now. But if you are ever interested in design, just know that she has created like logos and things for people and like branding packages and all of that stuff for actual companies that are like up and running and currently in other states. So just throwing that out there. If you're ever interested, I can put you in touch with her. And when I tell you that she literally will not stop until it's exactly what you're looking for. And it will be the way that her brain works, the way that she can think of, like, it's just insane. So anyways, if you're interested, let me know. Again, no pressure. I just thought I'd throw that out there. But to answer your question, yes. And I feel like it gets expanded on. And then to kind of touch over here on the world as well. This feels like success. This feels like accomplishment. This is all your hard work paying off. This is a happy ending here. And it shows that you I think the reason why I was given the example of my gym teacher and his company that he started is because I think that at the beginning you're very hands-on, and I think eventually you kind of just become like the background person that, you make sure everything's running smoothly, you check in and drop in on people and all of that stuff. But I think that you just become the background, and you are the ones that are getting the funding and making the money. And if it's like a nonprofit situation, you still are able to pay yourself and be very comfortable. So that is what I have there. And then for your next question, Shar, are you hanging around, or did you want to leave your question with me? I've got one person ahead of you, but she does have 2 more questions. So just let me know. All right, second question. Perfect. Oh, wow. Dropping cards. All right, other people's opinions of you and overall energy. Okay, so I feel like as far as your role, I think you're doing really great. I really do. You're giving off Queen of Pentacles energy. That's like boss babe energy. You're fair. You do things the right way. You make sure that everyone's following policy, protocol. You know how to deliver news in a way that is effective. It makes people respect you, but you're not so rigid that people are scared of you. Okay, so you like have like a fine balance. I feel like people would feel comfortable to say, hey, we're going for drinks after work. Do you want to come with us? While still maintaining that level of professionalism and that level of respect for you. I feel like the overall energy with the Six of Swords tells me that you take these skills and you leave with them. Like I don't think you're going to be doing this forever. Okay. So, when when you ask about like your current job or her current position, current supervisor position, that you are in a place where it's good that you're here. And I think that you're doing great, but it's just not something I foresee you doing forever. But you do have a backpack filled of skills. So it's almost like you're building upon your resume, so to speak. That this was definitely valuable for you to be here in this place that you are now for however much longer it's going to be. And then that way you can build upon that and take these skills with you. But yeah, it's like right now it's like balance of like respect, but not fear, approachability, but still maintaining a level of professionalism. That balance, you've got that down really, really well. I do feel like you know how to keep how you're feeling contained as well. We have the Four of Pentacles, meaning that no matter how much stress you're under, how you're feeling, you come off cool, calm, and collected on the outside. No one's ever going to know what's in that chest of stress, okay? You do a really good job at saving face, giving grace, all of those things. I think that you tackle situations head on. I think that you know how to help people feel better if they're feeling. So for example, if like someone isn't doing things the way they're supposed to, you're like, let's figure this out together. Let's figure out how to fix this. I'm not just going to write you off entirely. Like, yeah, you're not performing well, you're not doing this right, or you've been written up multiple times, or you've been late multiple times, or whatever it is, but you feel approachable. You're giving millennial boss. I don't know what age you are, I can't remember, but you're kind of like changing the way that people are supervising. They become more approachable. It's not so much like treating people like children. You treat people like adults that are underneath of you, that are, you know, that you're in charge of. You treat them also with respect. And I feel like you make people feel, when they come in on your team or underneath you, they may be feeling like they didn't have hope and now they do, or something. So maybe you make them feel very excited about their own individual jobs as well. All right, and then your last question. What's going on with this person? And Shar, I'm on the last question for SB, so if you want to post your question now, feel free to do that. That's actually kind of crazy. You are a millennial. Okay, perfect. I was like, you're giving millennial a boss. Like, I mean, that's who people want to work for. Sorry, baby boomers, but people want to work for millennial bosses. All right, what's up with this person's energy towards her? Gen X and boomers. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the energy is, if it was like, okay, let's just say you have colleagues, right? Let's just say you're all on the same level, you each have teams. And I'm just giving an example. All right, we've got person 1, person 2, you, person 4, person 5. Okay, all 4 of you are here. And all of the people that work underneath of you are standing in front of you, and they're like, okay, go to the person you want to work under. You might have like 2 people over here, 1 person here, 3 over here, maybe 2 over here, but everyone else wants to work under you. So I feel like if they could choose, they would choose you, or they're really happy to be working underneath of you as well. And then as far as like the people above you, how they view you, I think they think you're doing a really great job. But most of the perspective I felt like I was getting from that reading was the people that work for you. Oh. Why do I feel like I need to tell you that you're not the first person that he has done this to? I'm not saying he's going around having office crushes on a bunch of people. But I feel like this is kind of typical, that he has done this at least once before. because I'm getting a lot of like Eight of Pentacles energy here. I cut the deck and I was like, tell me more about this. And I saw Eight of Pentacles and I'm like, workplace. So workplace romances might be not a new concept for him. But I will say that there is interest. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is a very like lustful thoughts and attraction and stuff like that. You said I consider his friends. He's cool and sweet. I think maybe he's touchy, loves hugs. I don't get creepy vibes. He's just hilarious to me. I'm not used to it though. I'm like, hey, give me space. Yeah, no. I mean, there's a fine line between creepy and like welcoming something like that. And I think when you're in a professional setting, you have to be really careful. But I think that he's a flirt. I really do. Like it's telling me that he likes to kind of like pick someone who he likes to be kind of flirty with. We have this Six of Wands, so giving you your roses, giving you attention here, because of the attraction, because of the appeal, wanting to make you feel appreciated. I think there could be a crush here. I think there could be definitely a minimum of flirtation. This is not just what you're picking up from him. I think it's not able to be perceived as less than friendly. I think that it's at least a flirtation because he's making sure that it's you that's feeling these things from him. And I think you kind of like, you just know, you kind of get a vibe from someone. Yeah, there's definitely a lust. Oh my god. Yeah. So, but I think that there is a struggle here because you guys work together. There's definitely an obstacle. Six of Wands, or sorry, Five of Wands and 10 of Wands. Wait, is literally all of these wands except for the King of Pentacles? Shit. Okay. So wands speaks to someone like he's turned on by you. He feels passionate towards you. He feels attraction towards you. He feels chemistry, fiery, whatever. And then if you go to a reader who like does spicy readings, for example, and pulls one of these, they would be like, he has a on for you, okay? Because it's a wand. It's literally a wand. So I think that all of these wands showing up is also talking about physical attraction as well. So I think just no, I don't think he's gonna cross a boundary because he does understand the obstacles of the professionalism here. He does understand his place. But at the same time, I think he'll push it as much as he can and get away with whatever he can. So that's probably why you're feeling like it's a bit much. There you go. Is there anything else that you need clarified by me that I said or anything like that? Yep, he's a major flirt. No, that's a thanks, boo. You're welcome. Thank you so much. It was so good seeing you. I've been thinking about you so much periodically. I probably the last month or so, just wondering how you're doing. But I'm glad to hear everything's going well, it seems. So anyways, congratulations on you know what. I'm so happy for you. I think that's really freaking cool. If you want to tell me more about it, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. But I also understand keeping your manifestations to yourself until they come through, because you don't want anyone else's energy to really interrupt. So I'm here, I'm all ears, but I think whatever you're doing sounds really awesome, and I'm just really happy for you. All right, Shar. In-depth love spread for me and your friends, coworkers, kind of have a crush, currently a long distance. All right, let's see. Char and one. All right, so how he feels, Page of Wands, his true intentions, Judgment, what you want, Ace of Cups, what he wants, Queen of Pentacles. And I'm saying he, oh, you said it to him. Okay. I always assume pronouns and I don't want to do that. So, okay. So yeah, so what he wants, Queen of Pentacles. What brings you together? We have, Knight of Cups. What pulls you apart? Two of Wands. Energy around the relationship is the Death card. What's hidden is the Nine of Wands. And will the relationship be successful is the Two of Swords. So what they're saying is that this is a shot in the dark. It's possible for it to happen, for it to be successful with the Two of Swords, but that quite literally means maybe. I think that someone's got to shoot their shot here, is what I will say. So whenever I look at the answer for this, will the relationship be successful for me? And also, sorry about the glare. For me, if ever I get an answer in this position, I always feel like it's based off of a decision that someone either is making or is not making. And as long as that decision changes or gets made, then I think that the outcome could change as well. So it's like, what's the likelihood that this would be successful? I feel like it's more likely than unlikely, but it's still kind of up in the air. SB, you're welcome. I think that it's basically going to be up to you to shoot your shot or for him to shoot his shot for us to really see the path that this changes. I feel like there's a lot of worry about when should I do it? Should I reveal it? Should I not? I think that's on both sides, and I'll explain why. Your strength is the Knight of Cups. This is talking about mutual crush, okay? this feeling is on both sides. The Knight of Cups is like, oh my God, all like the new feelings, the butterflies, all of this, all of that. And I think that you guys do have hope for this connection. The star is kind of like, let's make a wish, let's hope, like, let's be a hopeless romantic kind of energy. But yeah, it's mutual. The Knight of Cups as a strength means that the romantic feelings that you feel, he also feels, because it couldn't be a strength otherwise. As far as a weakness, you've mentioned the distance. This is talking about that here. Do you see the he's holding the world. He's holding the planet Earth in his hands, okay? And that can talk about being in different regions or different states or different countries or whatever. But the Two of Wands does talk about coming up with a plan. And if that's being perceived as a weakness, it could mean that your relationship could potentially, for the time being, live in your heads. It could live in your minds. It could live in a fantasy place rather than based in reality. Because right now, you guys are feeling more of like the crush, what if, what if, what if. You could be kind of playing out things in your mind, scenarios and things like that. But that's not action, and that's not anything that's going to ground the connection and make it into something real and something tangible. So that could be perceived as a weakness, because for the time being, like I said, a lot of this is more mental. It's more like an imaginative, playful, like we're going to read between the lines kind of energy, rather than outright just saying how you feel for one another. I have how he feels about you is the Page of Wands. So I think he's excited about it. He feels that's true. That's why I'm here. He feels like playful about it. He feels like your connection is very unique and different. He feels like you're unique and different. He feels a chemistry. He feels inspired by this connection. Like generally he feels good, but the page also says this is very, very new. This is like early days, so to speak. And I don't really know where it's going to go, but I'm feeling a tension in the air, you know, a good one, a good tension. There's definitely a little fizzle pop kind of connection. Okay. There's definitely static. There's something here that you can feel, even if you can't see it in real like life. And then as far as his true intentions, we have Judgment. So Judgment, it's the kind of like, let's get this all out on the table. Like, let's speak our minds. Let's be honest. So his intentions are to eventually tell you that he has the same feelings. That is his intention. Now, is that his next action? Not necessarily, but that is something that's on his mind. Judgment, it talks about clearing the air. It talks about let's put it all out there on the table. Let's just get it out. Like, so be it nerve, so be it fear, whatever. It's important that we both be direct and tell each other what we're thinking or feeling. So Judgment also talks about feeling like he understands you and you understand him, and that you guys have a clear direction of where this is going. It can also talk about maybe this connection being one that heals each other. Like if there's certain aspects of you that you're working on, maybe you can heal those through your connection with him and vice versa. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship as well. And so maybe he looks at you as someone who is a good person, who he could like have a genuinely healthy relationship with, so on and so forth. As far as what you want, we have the Ace of Cups. Of course, with this person, you're looking for a love connection. Okay, that's generally what Ace of Cups is. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for romance. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for feelings. I'm looking for all the things. And then what he is looking for is the Queen of Pentacles. That honestly is very like girlfriend energy, maybe eventually like life partner, wife kind of energy. I think that what he's looking for is maybe something serious, or maybe he's looking at you as maybe he's not ready for something serious yet, but he's looking at you as like the potential to fit that role for him as like a future relationship or a future partner, future girlfriend, something along those lines. For the energy around the relationship, we have the Death card. So this talks about transitions, transformation, saying that what your connection is right now, the energy is there to change that. The energy is there to transform that, to make it something more, to transition from maybe having a crush that's unspoken to something more, like taking things to the next level, so to speak. And then as far as is there anything hidden, I have the Nine of Wands. That's a no card for me. Not really like anything hidden. But if I were to go off of that card specifically and say to you, like, if I were to guess, if I were to think, if there's something that you need to know, it's that you either have been hurt before, he has, or both of you have. And that if you guys, you have to treat each other with kid gloves, because if you put yourself out there, he needs to treat you carefully. And if he puts himself out there, you need to treat him carefully, because you both have been burned before, or one of you have. And needing to come from a place of understanding that he must really like you if he decides to pursue a relationship with you, because there's a fear there that he could get hurt again, or you are in that place and he needs to do the same with you, etc. The Nine of Wands talks about how, like, I've really been through it. You know how they say the expression, the third time's the charm. It's like when you tried once, you tried twice, you're really hoping and thinking that that last time is really going to be like something special and something good. It's kind of like that, where it's like, oh, do I do this to myself again? Do I put myself out there again? I feel like I've been through a lot, and I just don't know if like I should, but something's telling me that I should. And so, if you're not coming from that place, just know that he might be. But yeah, I mean, but otherwise, it's not like a block. It's not like an obstacle. It's not like something that's going to get in the way of your connection. It's just something that's there, and it's something to be aware of. Hey, Crush, welcome in. I'm actually not doing free reads. I'm just doing donated reads at this time. The free reads were over about 2 hours ago. Did you want to donate for anything? Shar, was there anything else you wanted to add on for? He said all readings about him are positive, but because of the long distance, there are times where I can't read him at all and doubt him. I get that. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So I do free readings the first 15 minutes of the live stream. So you have to get here early to reserve your spot. That's all I need to hear, Luna. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your night, girl. We'll talk again soon, I'm sure. All right, that is where I'm going to leave it for the night. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys next time.